Hey guys, I know you guys would probably prefer I did a live stream, but I don't feel like live streaming today. I'm gonna do a video, okay? It's just a quick little topic I wanted to bring up here. So, now I was just, I'm on my day off, or I'm having like a couple days off here, and I'm gonna be going home soon, and I'm gonna be chilling for the most part. But, while I'm sitting here chilling, I'm going back and forth from here to the truck stop every once in a while when I need something. And it's the holiday season currently. It's between Christmas and New Year's right now. That period of time, basically the holidays. Yeah. So there's a lot of people that's out traveling to see family, or they with their family, or they're just out and about in general, much more so than they typically would be, So there's a lot of people in the truck stop, like families, couples, kids running around, shit like this. And obviously it really hurts guys like me and you, by the way, guys that didn't exactly measure up and make it in life, to have a wife and kids of our own and a family of our own. Guys like us, we take a big hit during the holiday seasons, obviously, because we get to see on full display everything that we're missing out on, everything that we fail to accomplish, everything that we're being denied, whether we want it or not. A lot of us do, but it's very brutal when the holidays come around for guys like us, because you're confronted with all the things that you wish you had and you just don't have, and you don't see a realistic way to acquire it. I mean, maybe my situation, it's not quite as bad as some people's, obviously, because I actually do got a girlfriend, but she's not in this country, obviously. Anytime when I talk about having a girlfriend, guys, just keep in mind, it's definitely not someone here in this country that I've actually met. No, it's a girl overseas, so I'm talking about that. But it's a sure enough thing in the world, okay, I'm definitely going to meet her at some point. It's a sure enough thing in the world, I can just go ahead and say it. So that you got to keep that in mind when I say this. So until then though, effectively I am still in the same situation. And why is that? Why do I have relationships the way that I have them, where I've got to go over there to be with somebody? Why do I? It's because I can't get a girl here. And not only that, but I would never, I'm not gonna let anybody come on here and tell me otherwise either. No, don't come on here and tell me fucking goddamn shit, because I will ban you. Okay? Just let me talk and let me tell you what it is, and then you listen. Okay? I don't want to hear no pushback on this, but there's no way, no how, and nothing I could have done, nothing at all whatsoever that's within my power that could have changed my circumstances here. America is just not going to work out for me if I want an actual life worth living with kids and a wife and a family. I'm gonna have to learn a whole new language. I'm gonna have to spend the rest of my life learning a whole new language, shedding everything that I've ever known and grown up with here in America. I'm gonna have to leave America, and it's just gonna have to be a thing where I transform my entire being to my fundamental core, or as much of it that I can, in order to adopt a new culture, in order to have these things. And yeah, I will put my best effort forward to do all that, but this is the thing. I've been forced into this situation in the first place because of the fact that there's no way, no how, that I was ever going to succeed in attracting a woman in my own country. None of this was ever going to work for me. That all those people that I saw walk around in that truck stop, it's a big crowd of people traveling for the holidays. They got their kids running around, all hooping and hollering and stuff. And I look at that and I feel jealousy. Nothing but straight jealousy and anger. And don't get me wrong, I'm not on no ER type of energy with this, but I do feel very jealous and angry about it. I feel jealous at these people that they've been able to work out whichever way. Obviously there are guys involved with this too. I'm jealous of these guys that they were able to work out somehow or another to acquire these basic human needs. And it is a need, by the way. Sex is a need. sex, love, and relationships, that is a need. That is a physical requirement. Because your body definitely starts to break down without these things. I feel it every day. As do probably many of you. But this is a physical need that's been denied to me. And so, looking at these guys and seeing them having not suffered and struggled the way I have, and they just have these things right here in their country, with their language, with their culture, and their nation of birth. They don't have to get up and do this weird thing of uprooting everything that they grew up with and adopting or trying to adopt something else. No, they could just stay right here where they were born and build their life where they were born, which is what's natural, you know? No, I don't have the opportunity to have that. You know, regardless of whether things work out for me in that area or not with what I currently do, regardless, there's still this singular fact that things went so catastrophically wrong for me, and it was no fault of my own, and there's nothing I could have did to control it, that, yeah, this is what it is. You got to uproot everything that you grew up with, everything that you know, everything. It's all got to go. You got to learn a whole new language, and yeah, you're gonna have to do this very painful thing, something that people don't really do. You know, it's not something people do. People stay, you know, more or less in their place of origin for the rest of their life. This is like what's normal. This is what's natural. This is what most people do. This is what's supposed to happen. But no, I'm sorry. Like, things went so catastrophically wrong for you here in your own country that, yeah. So there's a lot of emotions you could feel from it, but it's mostly jealousy. It's mostly anger. And being confronted with this fact just by merely walking out in public during the holidays. Like, the holidays too are supposed to be a very special thing for everything that I understand from my cultural upbringing, but it's just not to me anymore. None of it is. It's all very shallow and hollow, and I feel nothing. And that's very sad, you know? That's very, very sad that this integral core part of me has been ripped out, and that, and especially all the implications that could say about me. Because other people could look at that and use that as a basis to come bully you, to come harass you, to come troll you, to come say this and that, to come just mess with you in ways that you don't want to be messed with in general, you know? People can use that as a basis to come up in there and start doing stuff like that too. Very unpleasant things. You're already having an unpleasant existence, but then too, you're also going to get people come and rub salt in the wound too. You know, if you even talk about these things at all. This is why I don't talk about these kinds of things here on my channel, guys. Because it's really, you know, like I recognize that it's not really hitting me as hard as it is a lot of people. Because the bare facts in my case is that, okay, I've got huge stock portfolios that generate passive income. I'm traveled to a degree. Like, I've been outside of my country plenty of times. I've been to all kinds of countries already. You know, I've proven to myself that, you know, I can attract a woman somewhere in the world. So that's not like this thought that used to be in my head where I thought, oh, there ain't no girl on the planet that wants me. No, there are girls on the planet that want you, but you just gotta go travel to their land and stay in their land to be with them, you know? Because obviously that would be a bad idea to bring them back here. Because then you'd be forcing that reality that you're going to have to go through onto them. And frankly, it doesn't work out so well when you bring foreign women to the West anyway. So obviously I'm not going to do that. No, I'm going to have to pick myself up and go stay in another country with another culture, learn another language. You know, that's what it's going to have to be. So, and I've done this several times. I've done this, well, not several times. I've done this a few times, or at least 2 times, where it almost panned out into something. You know, I've been doing this. I've been at this. And that's most likely how it's going to pan out for me. But, you see, I have the resources and capability to go do that, though. That's not the case for most guys that are in my situation. Mm-mm. Or if they try it, it's just gonna go really, really badly because they're less set up to do this type of thing than I am. So, you know, it's not totally bad for me, but it's still an overall bad situation. Like it's not totally shit, but it's pretty shit. Okay, that's my situation. Like I've got a chance. I've got an opportunity to not diet in incel. I've got plenty of opportunity. Like there's a pretty realistic chance that I will have children at some point. It's just gonna be after I've done all these extreme things that it's just not, you know, normal things to do. You know, and that's what makes me upset. You know, I don't feel like an incel anymore, for the most part, due to the hard facts of my life. But other people would come in and judge me as basically an incel, because you're right. And they'd be right too. If they're talking about me existing here in America, they'd be right. If you locked me down, if you took away my passport, if you took away everything that allowed me to be able to travel and forced me to be here, yeah, I would be an incel. Well, for sure, I would be an incel. There'd be no escape from me. There ain't no amount of look smacks that I could do. Like, listen to my voice, dude. Black girls ain't fucking with my voice. Neither are white girls. Neither are Hispanic girls. And Asian girls, forget it. Asian girls that are westernized, forget it. There ain't no chance that a westernized Asian girl is gonna take a black dude. No chance. And I mean, there is a small chance if I went to college and like, but come on, guys, I've already chosen my lane when it comes to that. So I'm not gonna do all that, obviously. So I'd just be screwed. I'd be most for sure an incel if you forced me to stay in America. You took away all those options. Yeah, I'd be an incel. Oh yeah, I'd be an incel. I wouldn't even fight it. I'd just be an incel. And that's what's scary about it. And that's what still disturbs my mind in particular. That's what's still on my mind. The fact that if I didn't have these options, that I would still be an incel. And that for as long as I'm here, you know, doing what I've got to do logistically, while I'm here setting all that up and focusing on that stuff, while I'm here, I am an incel. I am an incel. I'm only not an incel once I go overseas. So, you know, it just is what it is, guys. If you feel bad this holiday season, though, if you guys feel bad this holiday season for the reasons that I just brought up, just know, like, I feel the same way for the most part. Like, my girlfriend's not in this country. I'm not gonna go meet her till like next year or some shit. So, you know, while I'm here, I'm pretty much in the same boat, you know, for the time being. I mean, my condition as an incel is temporary, though. It's highly, highly temporary. It's only contingent on me being here. But, let me know, guys. Do you guys feel the same way, though? Do you guys get angry and jealous when you go and you see all these families walking around and you see all these guys that didn't struggle, that got everything you wanted? Because I'll tell you right now, too, I do think, just looking at, if you just take a step back and go into the real world and see people and look at people, I mean, guys, the stuff that gets talked about on the internet, like, a lot of that stuff is not real. You don't see it in real life. Like, I don't see anything wrong with how things are going. If you just look at it objectively, like, people aren't out here worried about shit we talk about on the internet.com for the most part. Maybe they are if you actually start talking to them, but their takes about it are going to be much different than that what you typically see online, though. That's another thing, too. They're normal, dude. They're normal. Like, society's not falling apart. Things are running, like, yeah, things are kind of a little bit down bad, but people are happy. They're looking like nothing's wrong. They got smiles on their face. They're with their family. They got their kids. They got their wives, their husbands, their extended family. They're on vacation. They're traveling. They're enjoying the holiday season. People are getting along, guys. No, like, it's anybody that tells you that society's doomed or something like this, you know, like, things don't look good if you look at the numbers, but like, do people really care about the numbers? I don't think so. I don't think so. No, like, normal life is still chugging along, guys. So you do have to consider that if you feel like things are just fucked, do consider that possibly it might just be your own life that's fucked, not the world. It could be your own life that's collapsing. You know, like, just if you look around, especially during the holiday season, it looks like things are kind of normal. It's just you know, within your own little bubble, and maybe people can look at you and immediately know something fucked up with you too. Maybe that's the case. So, but everybody else, they seem fine. They seem normal. They seem like ain't nothing going on, and it's just you, pretty much. But if you go online, of course, then you run into all the weird ideologies and the weird squiggly lines and the I mean, you see a much different story when you get on the internet. And that's just how, it's like this big contrast that goes on there. But what I do know for sure is my own life, and my own life, it's just basically what I said, where as long as I'm here in America, things, I'm an incel, okay? Ain't nothing you gonna say to me, ain't nothing I can do that's gonna change that here in America. But that's not my situation all the time, because I'm able to travel, and I'm able to go overseas, and I'm able to potentially set up my life overseas permanently, you know, if I keep doing what I'm doing and maintaining the relationships I maintain. And it'll be just temporary for me, but there's lots of guys just like me that maybe they don't have that option. Maybe they have to stay here, and maybe they don't want to travel if they can, you know. What do you guys think, though? Are you guys feeling the same way? I guess I'll go ahead and end this video here. This has been Emperor D on the Lion, and I'll see you guys in the next one. Later.